everybody, welcome back. As you can see, I have gotten started without you guys. Went ahead and pulled the CVT cover off like we said in the last video, and we want to check and see if this thing have a restrictor washer, and you guys can see in there it does. There is a washer in there that was restricting the speed. As you can look here, you guys can see right there that line as high as the belt is going. So we're going to go ahead and pull that sucker off and check the variator. Need to look at this clutch too, because you can see there's some discoloration. This sucker has gotten pretty hot at one point in time. But yeah guys, we're going to go ahead and check that out real quick, take it for a quick little rip, see if there's any difference. And we're going to go ahead and sand on our body panels and stuff real quick that we stitched up with the plastic welding machine, and pretty much start trying to get this puppy looking cute. All right, we'll go ahead and break out my impact and we'll pull the variator off. All right guys, got the old DeWalt out. Let's see if it's got enough ugga-duggers to bust this nut loose. Like butter, man. So I actually felt like it was already loose. And that's interesting. I've never seen a variator dry face like this. So yeah, it's my first Yamaha 2-stroke, so I'm learning right along with you. Now I will say this real quick before we move on. The screws here that go around the CVT cover case, yeah, don't try to use a regular screwdriver, because you guys can see it's pretty wide. So we wipe the gunk off of this real quick. I had to use PH3 bit, Phillips bit, to get this off. There we go. And you see it's pretty blunt, you know. So don't take your regular screwdriver and try to take this cover off. You don't have a bad time, you're going to be disappointed, and you're going to strip something out. So PH3 is the screwdriver bit that I use to get that off. And surprisingly, it wasn't in that tight. Alright guys, well, let's take the belt off. Pull that belt. Let's go ahead and take it all the way off and give it a really good look. I say, for this thing to have been sitting untold amount of years, looks pretty good. I mean, it's not dry rotted, cracked, or anything. And it is, I'm assuming, the original Yamaha belt. So we have a Yamaha 4JP 17641-00. There's some more numbers here. MO22 181 and 182 and 180, I don't know, but there we go guys. If you have one of these and want to know what it is, and I'm gonna take a picture of that and store it for later, because I might want to get one just for shits and giggles. Okay guys, here is that restrictor washer that I saw on another video. So we did have one. Alright, check that to the side. Go ahead and get our variator off and check these weights. Ow. Oh man. I guess I'm just going to have to let everything fall out. The back piece doesn't want to come right out. We didn't lose all the weights though. Okay. Well, our weights look pretty good. Now, I got a scale coming in from old Amazon later on the day, and I want to weigh these and see what the weights are on these. Now, I don't see any. It's a very slight flat spot right there. If you guys can see it or not, but it's not bad. Check out some more of them. And I mean, I wouldn't be at the point where I'm crying about replacing it. You can see that one there. No, it's not bad. Okay. Take out the boss. Now on the end of the boss there is another little washer too. You guys can see that. It's another little washer on the boss, but I think I should leave that one in there. That one actually rides up the back on the back of the Variator. There. Alright. Let's get this back plate up. She's rusty on the shaft. We'll clean it up before we put it all back together. Left a little pile of rust in there. Very, very orange rust too. I'm gonna make sure we don't lose any of these, which I can't remember what they're called. But if you know, put it down in the comments. Alright guys, that doesn't look bad. Let's go ahead and clean that rust off real quick. While I got a wire brush that just happened to be right by my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this whole CVT case out too while we're at it. But alright, gasket doesn't look bad. I can reuse that, so that's cool. Cool beans. Alright, let me grab a big enough socket to pull that off real quick. Okay. I don't know why I grabbed that. That is definitely not big enough. Alright guys, let me dig around the toolbox, cut you right back on. Alright, got a socket. This is a 24mm nut here guys. So I got the old 24mm snap-on on there. That's an old set of snap-on sockets I got here guys, but I'm still busting nuts. No pun intended. Alright, let's knock it off. I don't know if this stuff had any tightness to it, but that just came off way too easy. Alright, now see there's like a little rubber garment bushing O-ring. O-ring, that's what you call that crap. Right there. Just go ahead and pull that off. Now, a little clutch bell. You know something else? Yeah, it was getting hot on the ends. You can see by the discoloration, but the clutch looks good. I mean, there's a little glazing on it. I have a little bit of slippage, you know. It probably all happened when I just started driving this thing after we got it crunk up. Now I'm going to say, in hindsight, I think we should have checked all of this before we started riding this bike. But yeah, I didn't. But the clutch, guys, look at that. I mean, there is like no dust. This almost looks brand new. The springs look good in there. The springs are right there. And there is no clutch dust, debris, anything in here. That's making me question, is that 9,000 kilometers or 502? I don't know. How much is 9 kilometers equating to miles? I'm going to have to pop that into the old calculator and figure that out. So guys, we'll go ahead and put this sucker back together, man, because it looks pretty good. You know what? I'm going to grab a piece of sandpaper and knock that glaze off the top of that that clutch pad. I just had 2 pieces of sandpaper right here. Where'd it go? Alright guys, let me find stuff that I just had in my hand like 2 seconds ago, and let's go ahead and I'm gonna knock that glaze off, and we're just gonna assemble this thing back together. Alright, went ahead and knocked the glaze off of the clutch pads, and I went inside the clutch bell too, and just kind of knocked the glaze out of there. Just took the sandpaper here and just kind of like put my handmade hand patterned cross hatches in there. Just give it a little better grip. So we're going to go ahead and stick this all back together and get this thing going. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the Variator drive face. That's a little bit of a groove in there, not much, but we're just going to knock this glaze off, make the belt bite a little bit better, you know. And we'll do the same to the other side of this, of the variator. Just knock the glaze off. Alright guys, I'm gonna put this back together and I'm gonna take this boy for a test ride. Let me show you guys this real quick before I put it back together. Now I went ahead and, like I said, took the sandpaper and knocked the glazing off, and you can see that belt ridge real good. It's not as bad now since I sanded it, so yeah, put a little bit of hand cross hatching on there. That should help it to take off. But man, check out the CVT now. Went ahead and cleaned it up in there. And I use this Baramese B12 Variman B12 Chem Tool carbon choke and throttle body cleaner. I mean, it just knocked that dirt right out of there. And I also started eating the paint off my table. Jeez, this stuff is good, man. I'm completely empty now, so I only had a little bit left anyway, but I'm gonna go get me another bottle of that. So alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and slap this sucker back together and we're gonna hit the street. Okay gang, I got the variator back on and I'm putting the belt on, but I need to take it off because I put it in the wrong way. See those arrows? Alright, for you guys that have never put on a belt for a scooter, let me show you how to get your belt back on your variator. Alright, now I can't talk, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hand, squeeze the clutch in there and just let the belt drop at the lowest point. I need to take the variator back off too because I just remembered I gotta stick it up there. But alright, let me just show you guys this real quick and then I'll get it all back on. Alright, see, I just pulled it and shoved that sucker in as far as I can get it down. Let me go ahead and take the drive face back off. And stick the belt back on front side. I hope I didn't knock none of the weights sideways. You know what, better go ahead and pull that off and check it. Make sure we didn't knock no weight sideways. Well, come on, dang it. I don't want to cooperate. Yeah, see, I knocked a couple sideways when I took that off. Just one. Okay. That would have made a big problem though. Would have been sitting there riding down the street wondering, why is it not working? Alrighty, let me knock this dust out of here. Better. Alright, now let's put it back together. Put our variator back on. Shove it all the way back. Make sure your weights don't turn sideways. Put your boss back in. And you can stick your belt on there. Now you can rotate a little bit so it can come up out of the clutch. There we go. Let's put our variator back together. Drive face on first. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, so let me just put you guys right there. Let's see what I'm doing. Just trying to get the variator face to seat all the way to back in. Clutch back here fighting me. Okay. There we go. Put our kickstart gear back on and our washer. And put our nut back on top of that. Make sure everything is still together. And give her a couple ugga duggas. There we go. find a marker. I want to go ahead and mark that variator. See if we're gonna ride up any past that line there with the washer out missing, with the restrictor washer missing. And also I took the other little washer out. Makes the variator come closer to the draw face. So I don't know if it acts weird. We'll put it back in and see how that acts. Okay guys, I gotta go find a marker. We're gonna mark that variator and test it out. Okay guys, I don't think I've fully explained the reasoning for taking this off. This restrictor washer. Now, with this washer out of here, we can see where, with the washer in, we can see where our belt traveled to by that line there. That's the furthest it was traveling. That was the glaze. Below that was the glazed area. So, with that restrictor washer out, this belt will ride higher up on the variator, and it will sink deeper into the clutch. So it's kind of like changing the gears on your bike. You know, as you go from the high gears, the bike pulls real easy, and then once you gain speed, you go down to your lower gears, and you get more speed out of it once you get your bike going. Same concept. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're doing. And I marked the variator in several places so we can see when it wears off this marker line. I put on there with a blue Sharpie. As it wears it off, we can see where it was by that groove, and then we can see how high it went when it rubs off the blue marker. So I don't think I quite explained it well, so I had to come back before we put it back together and get on the road. All right. Okay guys, we're gonna go for this road test. We got the Yamaha out on the street. Now I'm gonna go on down here to the other side. It's the longest patch of street I can get. I'm gonna try not to get stopped by the cops because this thing is not registered and I don't have any tail lights. So wish me luck and let's go. And she got up to 30 miles per hour, way quicker this time. Now sanding that variator down and the clutch, I think really helped it out. Let's go. To get over 32 is the goal. We're at 25, 30, about 32. Oh, we hit 35, about 38. Alright gang, well, the restrictor wash removal, that works. I don't know if you guys can see this pretty good. Now we were just above the 40, so I'm gonna say about 38, 39, in between there. I don't know how accurate these speedos are in the Yamaha, but because I know in the Chinese they're not accurate, so I'm more inclined to trust this speedo over a Chinese speedo. So, but before we were pegging out about 32, and we were just above the 40 on this go. So let's go ahead and make a run back. 10 miles per hour, 15, 20, 25, get the power band now, 30, 35, before we ran out of road. Now guys, I think it probably could hit the 40 all day long if I had a longer stretch, but I'm not really willing to go any longer simply because it's not registered. So don't know if you guys can see, she still has a little bit of smoke blowing by my leg. It's not really that thick, but I just still do leave a smoke cloud down the street. It is dissipating as we keep riding. But hey guys, get on back to the house, man. I'm gonna call that a successful run. We're gonna pull a CVT cover off and see where the line is at now. All right. Okay guys, we're back inside the shop. And I want to say real quick, man, the sun has tightened up that seat. Like I say, it's still not perfect. You can see little places in there where my phone wasn't good, but we ain't worried about it. Let's go ahead and jack this sucker back up and pull the CVT cover off. I don't know guys, you guys let me know. I got the camera chest mount harness thing on, and I don't know guys, I think I'm liking it better being able to have both of my hands. Let's go ahead and take this thing off. I mind the annoying squeak of my table. It needs to be oiled. Alright, back up in the air. Let's grab. Alright, the socket I need already on it. Kickstand back off. You know what? I just remember that kickstand doesn't need to come off. Alright, well, let's get the Phillip bit. The PH3 bit. Let's go ahead and take everything back off. Got a couple more screws to take out. Now guys, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm going ahead and I got a metal polishing kit. I'm gonna polish the CVT cover up, man. I think it's a little way better with a polished cover. Let's see, we got one more there. Alright, cool. One more in the center. That's the one I forgot last time. Where's my pry bar? Pry bar. Huh, there it goes. Okay guys, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's on my pointer. Now down here is our line where the belt used to ride. And now you can see up here, it's been a new line being formed. Get you in closer. See down there was a line where the belt, high as the belt used to ride. And it's up there now, way past the old glaze marks. So yeah, let's spin it on around. This sucker is hot. Yep, you can see that. Let me get a better pointer for you guys. Alright. See, there was the line where the belt used to ride. It's going up about a little over 1/4 of an inch. So yeah, that restrictor washer is a big holdback for this engine. This sucker actually now rips. And to tell you the truth guys, it's almost hitting 40. I wonder what I can get out of it with a big bore kit. I think, but for now, we're just gonna clean it up and we're gonna paint this bad boy, enjoy it the way it is for now, you know. And then once I get tired of just rolling around at 40, which is pretty good to me, then we'll big bore kit and do everything with this. Well guys, I was going to go ahead and start the paint and body on the panels, but I think I'm just gonna do that, make it that, you know, its own video just for that. I'm gonna make a video just for the paint and body, because I hate doing that stuff and I kind of don't want to. This is already long enough of a video for today. I'm trying to shorten my videos up. But yeah guys, you can see Taking off that old restrictor washer is the key. Now I know I can probably do some more tuning with variator weights and, you know, whatnots, and I don't know if there's any performance clutches for this motor. What is this thing? I gotta look this motor up. I never looked it up. It's a A126E-001357. Don't know what the heck that is. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little more research on this engine and see if there's any aftermarket variators. I know I can get different weights, and I don't know about clutches, but we'll dig into it a little bit more and see what we can get out of it. Okay guys, thanks for watching again, and I appreciate it. Please give this video a like, share it, and subscribe if you're not. I really appreciate it all. It doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe, but it helps me out a lot to grow this channel. So alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. I'm gonna put this sucker back together, and I'm gonna bend a couple more corners, man. I was enjoying myself. Alright guys, later.